So good afternoon again. In the next session, we have three presentations before the next break. So the time is very tight. Please, all presenters give the time, the given time. The first presentation on this, on the topic, we invite Mr. Van Ponler for the presentation with the title Khmer Sign Language Recognition System. Please.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Van Ponler. I'm currently a lecturer research assistant at Institute of Digital Technology Innovation and master student at Cambodia Academy of Digital Technology. And today I'm very honored to stay here and present on my topic of Khmer Sign Recognition System. And this project is our commitment to bridge the communication gap between signer and non-signer in the deaf community. So if we take a look on the background, so in Cambodia there's around 16 million people as a total population. And among that is about 1.5 million people who are deaf and having hearing impaired. And approximately 3.5% of 1.5 million deaf people are profoundly deaf, which means they totally deaf, cannot hear anything. So many of them are struggle in communicating with people around them, especially to ordinary people. They can communicate well since the ordinary people can understand them by using the sign. So this leads to the isolation and hidden in educational system by something like the non-signer. We keep them isolated from them with or less communication with them. So the problem here is that we can see the significant communication gaps between signer and non-signer. And as I mentioned, it's leading to the social isolating and difficult in assessing in any field such as educational fields or healthcare field, something like that. So, however, in the past back day, to communicate between signer and non-signer, there are some traditional methods that they use to communication. The first one, I think, is about the writing text on notepad. The signer will use the notepad to write the text that they want to say to the non-signer to understand and communicate. And we have also the interpreter. So there is a people or a person who knows sign and can understand sign well and can interpret it into the word or voice to the non-signer to understand for them. So in here, the problems start to happen when the traditional communication method between non-signer and signer are not always available. We cannot always find the interpreter that know most of the word, and it's not very practical. So moreover, in Cambodia, for sign language is different from every country around the world, which means that sign language is not universal. Every country have their own sign language as well as Cambodia. So me as Cambodian, I would like to develop a proper system that can interpret the sign language into word or voice forms. So this led to our solution that we proposed. So the proposed solution is that we would like to build a real-time recognition system for Khmer Sign Language, and by involve the machine learning and AI algorithm to interpret the Khmer Sign Language gesture. So the system that we use machine learning and AI, we're able to translate the sign language into text or voice form and provide the bridge to communication between deaf community and ordinary people. So the system will be applying to the multiple sectors out there, such as educational sectors or healthcare sectors that mostly willing to use and make communication more accurate between deaf people and non-deaf people. So here is the process method. So to successfully build this system out, we need several steps to be involved. So the first one is about data collections. As we may know, in machine learning and AI, data is very important. So currently, we are collaborating with the expert of sign language in Cambodia, National Institute for Special Education, and NGO Krusatmai to identify the video sign word to build the data set for training. And then after we got the data set, we start the process of cleansing the data and pre-processing and annotating to get ready for the machine learning. And for machine training, the project, we use the state-of-the-art. Currently, as we may know that transformer-based model will lead every model, but we will choose maybe vision transformer and other neural network that can good at low resource computing power. And after that, we will focus on the application development. So we will develop the web application to allow the user to perform the sign language gesture in front of the camera, and the system will return back as text and voice as a feedback to the user. And here is the project implementation. On the step 1, as I mentioned, is about the data collection. So we would like to visit the NISA, which is the specialized at sign language in Cambodia. So we work very closely to them to identify which word or what word are they going to use frequently, daily. So we would like to prioritize on those words first, and then we start to continue on working on the less priority, that the word that less used in daily life. So here we try to create the data set, building the data set by create a variety of the data, such as different signer, different environment, different background, something like that, so to make it more various. And then after that, we will try to make it as much as possible that we can. And then after that, we start doing the data cleansing and annotating. So normally the data after building, it's kind of like some video, they not having the time interval perfectly. The start time and end time is not perfect. So we would like to clean it, to trim it to the word that is present and label it on the according words. And then we start develop the model training for those data sets. And after we've successfully built the model, we're going to create the web application for this system that allow user to use it and interpret it real time. So let me take you through the application process. So here is the example. The signer will stand in front of the camera that we use as the ICT device that capture the frames. And it's, when they start to perform and it reach the limit of the frame that we set in our system, it start do the processing and put into the recognition model and start to interpret it into the recognize word. So the output will be in text form or voice form, and instantly feedback to the user, and it can easily communicate. So for the outcome, our efforts so far have here 2 primary outcomes. The first one is we have built the data set for Khmer Sign Language. So this is very important if we have another researchers that interest in this field in Khmer Sign Language, so they can use our data set for the training or researching on their purpose. And the other one is the web application. As I mentioned, it's a big win for the deaf people. They can use our system as a bridge to communication between them, deaf people in deaf community, and with the people, ordinary people, that they can use the sign language very well. So the system will recognize those words, and we will make it more accurate for their communication effectively. And for the impact, I believe this system will improve the communication a lot for deaf and hearing impaired community. They easily enhance the daily communication with ease, so they can communicate more and more, and the signer will not, the deaf people will not feel isolated anymore. And for educational advancement in our field, signer will not get the equally education compared to the ordinary people, but with this system, we can provide them a very good education from teacher to student perspective. They can learn it with ease, they can learn it at home, they can use it to know which word means something, the sign represent what, So in here, it's very important to create this system and involve it into the educational advancement. And the next one is increase social inclusion and reduce the isolation, as I mentioned, as well as when the deaf people can communicate a lot with the ordinary people, they will not feel isolated anymore, so they can, and they like to communicate a lot with the system. So I hope the system will help them a lot and to reduce the gap between their communications. And the next one is potential and regional impact. So in my perspective, I not just want to create a system for Khmer Sign Language, but I would like to expand it for the Asian country. So we can create a system that able to understand the sign language in Asian, and we can easily let the deaf people to communicate throughout the country. So here are the impact for the system. And for the conclusion, I'm sorry about this slide because I haven't updated. So in conclusion, the sign language recognition system represents a significant step toward more inclusive society, and we are optimistic that with ongoing research and development, this tool will become a stronger communication between hearing impaired and ordinary people. And we hope that initiatives like this inspire similar innovations, helping to ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, can participate fully in society. And here is the reference, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Van Koller. I think it's a very good application for hearing impaired communities. Please, question or comments from audience.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. In fact, I just want to make a small remark, in terms of our population is 16 million in the slide that you mentioned. But according to the blog that he put as a reference, it says that 1.5 million are deaf or hard of hearing. So it doesn't mean that 1.5 million is deaf and with hearing impairment. So it's the all. Okay. You can go back to the, just the correction on that. So because having seen this number, I am surprised that 1.5 million of the total population is too many to have with this kind of impairment. And the percentage of the profound deaf in that block itself is, it says 51,000, so approximately this percentage is correct, I think, yeah. That is my comment, yeah.
Thank you for your comment.
It's reference number 1. So next question, please.
Yeah, I'm from Supawadi from Thailand. We used to do the research on the sign language recognition. So I would like to language. So it means that if you do the Khmer sign language, it can be used in your country. But if you want to use also for another country, you need to be able to translate, I think, into the text, and then text you translate into another language, and on another side, maybe they can generate back to sign language, and because of that, you would need to include the people from linguistic or the people who specialize in the language in your project, and then on the image processing part, because you train the model, I think based on you assume that there is only one person, and also but the background is green. But when you actually do it with the webcam, in the practical sense, it would be more difficult because you need to measure the distance as well. So it will not be very easy. Okay, when do training and apply, in the practical application. So you need to note that in mind as well. But of course, I think it's very useful project. But try to get more people involved. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions or comments from audience? So there are only two recommends for you on the next.
Can I ask something which is not directly connected to the IT system? Because you see what background, 1.5 million of 16 million are deaf and hearing impact. It is 10%, you know. Is there any problem? Is there any problem because this number is very high? 10% is very high, you know. And why it is like this?
Can I have your question again?
Yeah, you said that the total population of 16 million people in Cambodia, there are 1.5 million who are deaf and hearing impaired. That is 10%. 1.5 is 10% of 16 million. Now, my question is, why it is so big, so high? Is there any... Okay. Sorry, Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I think the question is why the number is very high. But I think depending on the reference number one, yeah? And it might be another statistics on the number. Maybe not person, but normal people, they can have problem with hearing. Maybe. Hard hearing. Exactly. I think so. Yeah. Maybe we have any more question? We have time for one small question, maybe. I think many comments for your research is very useful, and one I think is very good recommend that for the sign language and maybe non-sign language. Okay, thank you. Maybe we discuss in the break. Thank you very much again,
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Van Perner. The next presentation is from National University of Laos. Please, Dr. Saitavi Luang Ville, please.
Good afternoon, Chairman and audience. I'm very surprised to listen that and previous the title is quite the same, but that is a Khmer language. But in my topic is Lao language, Lao Sai and language. So I'm really glad to stand here and present for the real-time conversion of the sign language to Lao text. Sign language is the Lao sign language to text. So we have the 3 researchers now, but we are waiting for another country like ASEAN researcher to join for our project. Okay, we are from National University of Laos. Okay. According to the report by UN and UNDP of Laos, there are over 80,000 people in the Laos. In Laos, have disability, specifically hearing impairment. Many of these individuals face scientific challenge is communication with the other, unless they are the person they communicate with can use a sign language. While some sign language gestures are intuitive many are complex and difficult for those unfamiliar with the sign language to understand. Therefore, sign language in interpreter are especially for facilitate communications between hearing interpreter and those who are deaf and much. So we propose to help the people who are deaf and mute can lead the convert from the hearing the guest. The proposed methods use the computer visions and deep learning method to recognize hand gestures and translate them into the appropriate loud text. The system was built using combinations of the key points detected using the media pipe and media pipes by Python. Data preparation level, feature generations, and LSMT. Natural language, the system will use key point detect algorithms such as media pipe to identify hand gestures and LSTM model to translate them into the corresponding loud text output. Okay, this slide is the architecture diagram. First is the camera used to capture the size language, gesture performed by the user. The camera captures the video stream of the user's hands movement, which then processed by the software. Media library is the computer vision library that is used to detect and track hands over and hand movement in the positions of the finger, palm, or wrist. And then next to the feature extraction into the array. The key point identified by the media part library are used to extra features that describe to the shape and the movement of the user's hand. These features are then converted into the array of the number value that can be processed by the software. ASEAN algorithm currently natural network algorithm is used to process the sequence of the data points to predict the size language gestures being performed. The RNN algorithm is trained used data sets of level size language gestures and can predict the gesture being performed with the high accuracy. They use the database consists of the data point, feature descriptions, and image matching. Next is for the GUI is the gesture verification. The predict. Sorry. The predict gesture is verified by gesture verify algorithm. This algorithm check whether the predict gestures matching the expect gesture based on the content to composition. The gesture and the gesture classification, the final step to the classify the verify the gesture into the text message. This is done using the gesture classification algorithm that map each sign language gestures to the corresponding text message. The final is output is the loud text. This is the final step to final step that system will give the actual output sign language to the loud text. the impact for we apply the computer visions and deep learning method for make the application for help the deaf and mute person to there is a petition to certification improve communication for deaf and mute people. Individual can reduce to the barrier to communications with the rest of the country, and we can communicate and use this application for similar languages like Thai language, or some parts of the Thai land is the Isan language. We have the language similar, maybe 80% is similar. Yeah, we can use together if it can apply. So the output we can apply, and this for the use to the deaf and mute. So conclusions, we propose this research to help to allow people who are deaf and mute can retake and convert from hand gesture. The proposed method use the computer vision and deep learning method have the potential to the size improve communication for deaf and mute people individual and reduce the barrier to the communication with the rest of the country. Yeah. And we hope to cooperate with the other research in ASEAN regions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saidavi.
Yep. Thank you.
It's another practical research on interesting topics. Any questions and or comments from audience, please? Hopefully you are not very tired. We are approaching the next break soon. Please, any comments or questions? I think the same
Yeah.
comment as before for Khmer sign language. However, it's I think it's very difficult to distinguish between sign language and normal sign.
Yes.
If I make normal sign, and your system should be able to identify, right?
Yes.
And another difficulty is the different language. For example, Khmer and Laos language. However, I think it's very good if different countries can combine together to do the same research on this direction. It's a very difficult, interesting topic, not only for Khmer, for Cambodia or Laos, also for other countries.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. If you don't have another question or comment, oh, sorry, please, we have time.
Why don't you try to build the model to be more generic, like the model to follow the gesture, the posture of the body, and then you sell the model to the previous one. More generic, maybe I think maybe more impact.
Yes.
Then focus only on Lao side recognition or Khmer side recognition. You can sell your model to the other side recognition, the other language. Just comment.
Okay, thank you for your comments.
Thank you. Thank you again, Dr.
Thank you.
Sadavi.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So because the third presenter is not here, so It's okay? Yeah. So we have noon, the next break, please. Thank you very much again for your time.